Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
So, on behalf of Rainbow English Academy, today, we have a special friend or a special guest, so Mr. Samarjit, and I
Yes,
would
sir.
like to invite Samarjit for an
Thank,
exclusive interview with us.
thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so this is an honor, and it is a pleasure for us for joining with us for an interview. And
Sir.
for those who do not know about
Yes.
yourself. Would you just introduce yourself for us?
Okay, sir. My name is Samarjit Kushwaha. You can call me Samar. This is my first name. And I'm from Bihar. And after completing my education, I have joined an newly so many institute and I'm doing job as a teacher of English. And I like to teach literature. And I teach from matric to graduation. Literature only. And not only literature and so many subjects I have. I teach like politics, history, economics, geography, and within 6 months I will start to teach science also. And I enjoy my job at my village presently, and nothing is so special about it.
Great, great, great. And so you
Yes,
talk well, and so as we know that, so you started learning English with us a few months ago, and
yes,
so
sir.
we have noticed that so there is much improvement. So you have improved a lot.
Yes, sir.
And so, what is the reason, or how did you come to, or how did you fall in love with this language? So, without
Sir,
love or without any kind of interest, so one cannot master
yes,
this, right? So, if not,
sir.
there should be
I,
some instances
okay,
which would lead a person to master something. So, likewise, there could be some instances or some incidences which would have
yes,
led
sir.
you to uh, 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 if not encouraged you to learn
Mm.
this language. So, would you describe that?
Mm. Okay, sir. Sir, I still remember an incident in my life. Once upon a time, at the instance of my brother, I visited once upon a time Indira Gandhi Airport in Delhi because my eldest brother are doing job in abroad. We are four siblings, two brother and one sister, elder to me. I'm the youngest in my family. So my brother was to fly for Dubai. Then at the instance of my brother, I visited once upon a time. There was an Englishman over there
Mhm.
on the Indira Gandhi Airport was trying to explain something in his language, but I was unable to speak something in English language, and I was scared having listened to him. And he was just trying to explain because he was in a big trouble. I felt like this. Then I did not help him anyhow. Then I realized I should also talk in English because of not knowing of English. I didn't help. I was not able to help him. That's why I thought I should also learn English. After returning at my home, I purchased so many English grammar books like Renan Martin's English grammar and the Lucent English grammar. So many English grammar I have. Uh, in the initial stage, I enhanced my knowledge in the field of grammar, but I was unable to speak yet. That's why I joined so many institute for preparing my spoken English and literature also. Then after doing hard work, I had prepared well and I accept myself as a good English speaker because sir, I can survive everywhere in all over the world and I don't have problem anyhow right now.
Okay. So,
Yes, sir.
so this is the incident that led you
Yes,
to
sir.
master
Yes,
this
sir. Yes,
language.
sir.
Okay, so everyone would
Yes,
have some such occasions in their life. So where,
mm,
so from which they may have taken some encouragement.
mm.
So it was something kind of
Yes, sir.
persuading. It
Yes,
was
sir. Yes, sir.
okay. So persuading you to master this language so that so you can be a very good speaker. If not, you could be helpful for someone. So with this language,
Yes, sir.
very good. Okay, so after mastering this language, what are the type of benefits that you enjoy?
What are the benefits?
Yeah, but
I think.
so what all benefits you get so once you have mastered this language,
Okay,
since
sir.
you can speak well.
Then, sir. Yes, sir. Then, firstly, I would like to tell something about Britishers because perhaps there is no controversy regarding the language of the country in all over the world except India. and Brits impose their own language on us, and before maybe, and, and not only in India but all over the world. This language is being taught from school level to college level, and this is the point of view of the people in India and everywhere that it is believed that those who speak English today they are well educated, although there is no such thing. I don't think. But if I talk about my personal benefits, then I get calls from various cities as a teacher of English. And whenever I attend a seminar, when it comes to speaking on a stage something, then my fellow want me to say something. And when I speak something on the stage, then I get a lot of good responses. Uh, and I would like to tell some incidents from my childhood. That era was different when people of my own society used to call me useless. But today era is different. Those who would call me useless, now the same people want their child to become like me. And not because of English only, because I told already that I teach so many subjects, and I explained already. But I'm most interested in English literature and spoken. If I talk about one more fact, then plenty of APSC students want to remain in touch with me. This is a big deal for me. It doesn't matter, yeah, because although mm, the truth is that I'm not capable of teaching anything to APSC aspirants, yet they like to talk to me, which is no less than a medal for me. And when I didn't know English, then I had to stumble from rate to job for the job. But after gaining a little knowledge in English, job offers started coming to me, and many such opportunities have come to me. But I myself did not decide I'm able to which job I want to do. And after learning English in this way, I have reaped a lot of benefits, and
Okay.
I got a lot of benefits. I can't explain it because it is very much in my life. It's English role uh, on high levels in my life.
Okay. So you have a handful of choices.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and so that is quite confusing for you now, right now. So
Yes, sir.
people are wandering here, so without job. And so at the same time,
Yeah.
uh, so you are in a dilemma. So which job has to be chosen? So there is a
Yes,
kind
sir.
of a confusion. So people are wandering without job. So at the same time,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
since you have a handful of
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
choices,
Definitely,
so that is confusing for
I
you.
get a lot of opportunities. Yes,
Hmm,
sir. I
hmm,
get a lot of opportunities, and I'm unable to decide what kind of
hmm,
job I should do because of my English only. Because I don't have to wonder for job.
hmm, hmm, hmm. All right.
Yes, sir.
Now jobs are coming after you. So instead of
Yes,
you
sir.
run after the
Yes, sir. Yes,
jobs.
sir. Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Yes,
So
sir.
that
Yes,
is a
sir.
benefit that you enjoy these days.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, sir.
Then, so how would you encourage, or how do you think this learning language is important for youth?
Okay.
So how it is going to be
So, first
beneficial
of
for the
all, I
youth?
would like to speak about.
Hmm,
Yeah, first of all, I would like to speak about the jobs of the youth because the world is completely based on jobs and business. And when a youth goes out of in search of a job, the first question is asked is how much he knows English. And for a good job, he has to give interview in English only. Or if he talk about business, then people of many countries do business together. And in this condition, if they don't know English, they may have to face many problems in the matter of
hmm, hmm,
communication.
hmm,
Today's modern world is based completely on internet, you know, and it is almost impossible to using internet or working with internet without learning English. And generally, most of the Indians, rural areas, oppose the English language and avoid it, saying that English is a foreign language and this language should not be adopted. But those people don't know even that all that is needed in everyday life is foreign. And those who refuse to adopt English by saying that this is a foreign language, those people should refuse to adopt everything other than English as foreign. And being an Indian, I also feel proud at the moment when I talk in Hindi. But speaking and learning English is our compulsion because it is almost impossible in today's life to get success without English. And in my personal opinion, if I tell the youth, concerning this. I believe that this language is not a particular language of any country. And in today's era, where people are making distance from each other, uh, the English language is working to connect different types of society together. And if I talk about India, most of the people don't know how to speak Hindi, but they have very good knowledge in English. And however, the only medium for communication with them is English language. And the people who say that Indians should speak Hindi only, I would like to say that if the people of all country talk in the language of their own country, then it will be impossible to run the international market. Therefore, English is the only language with which most of the countries of the world are connected. And any anyway, as many people possess good knowledge in English, the society whose people take English seriously, problems like unemployment are very less in their society. Or if the youth wants to go out of India for their further study, then it becomes mandatory for them to learn English because without learning English, it's impossible. It's almost impossible to go out of India and do their further study. That's why it's become mandatory to crack like IELTS type examination. And after completing, after cracking IELTS, they can go easily and they can do their further study in another country
Okay.
also. Yeah, that's
Okay.
why it is
So,
important.
okay. So, according to you, the importance is gone out of proportion.
Yes, sir, yes,
Okay. So, it is very much mandatory for students to crack IELTS or so many
yes,
other
definitely,
competitive
sir.
exams. So, in order to
Yeah,
secure themselves abroad, or to so there are, so it has become a trend to go abroad and so pursue their studies, to adopt to or to adapt new lifestyle or so they need to have the skills in English. So we very well understand that. And
yes, sir.
then how do you encourage the youth to
Okay.
learn this language?
Firstly, in the matter of learning this language, I will try my best to correct some of the basic mistakes of the youth and teachers and the local people in my areas. If you want to know about my local areas, then I would like to just tell this. Such as when any young person starts learning something or English, if you talk about English, he tries to learn the most grammar while not learning the language by connecting the grammar, regardless of the language. And the grammar can be learned even after learning English. And this kind of education makes people feel like a burden. So it is necessary that the youth should be motivated that they should not study their studies as a burden. And in this matter, is always my endeavor to use easy language so that the youth should be more interested in learning English. And I will try to motivate the youth by using very easy language so that these people can be encouraged, those who are going through the initial phase of learning this language. And always the same thing goes on in their mind that they do not have an English environment. If they live in an English environment, then only they will be able to learn English. And people who have this sort of thinking, um, learn this, they feel shy away from and are unable to learn this language or learn anything in English. And I would like to tell them that there is no such thing and there is no need to live in an English environment to learn this language. Because I myself grew up in Indian Bhojpuri environment, and Bhojpuri means Bihari language. It is my local, it's my regional language, and I have no complaint with my environment because the way we people use our local languages, we don't anything, we don't need to think much in that because it is set in our mind. And when it comes to learning any language other than English in India, then grammar in that language, if you talk about grammar in that language, there is no need to work at all. And in the same way, when the English language is set in the mind, then people will be able to speak without thinking. And usually, teachers also make a big mistake while teaching. And their mistake is that they start translating from Hindi to English. This is what
Mhm.
the youth find difficult. And teachers should speak this language as much as possible in the classroom in front of the students. And in this
Mhm.
way, the youth will get observation, which will be very
Mhm.
useful, which will be very helpful to a great extent. Because without observation, I don't think anybody will be able to learn anything. Not only I'm talking about English. Without observation, nothing is possible for learn. And until the teachers speaks more and more English, and the youth not be able to absorb him. And I encourage the youth to do maximum English reading and listening because the better reading skills, the better the speaking skills will be. And the best for reading, if there is anything, it is the English newspaper, magazine, novels, and stories books. And I speak to the youth to read so many things because all these things can be easily available with them. And all these things can be beneficial for almost everyone. Besides this, there are many, many more things which I provide in my class time to time. And one of the main reason for discouraging the youth is also that nowadays education has been made a business. Education is not like education nowadays. It has become completely a business, and trend is prevent now in big and small cities and rural areas or urban areas that is or that is that teacher claim that to teach English within 3 months, which is almost impossible. And I don't think so. I don't believe that is. And when a student takes admission in such an institute, he thinks he will be able to learn English within 3 months. He comes to know after 3 months that he has not learned anything. In this case, most of the youth get discouraged, and there's such an understanding develop in their mind uh, that it will no longer be able to learn this language. And this mistake is not of those youth, but it is the mistake of those intellectual people who talk about teaching English within 3 months, 2 months, or 4 months, 6 months. It's completely wrong. I don't support it, and I don't believe it. And first thing is that those who know good English will never claim to teach this language within 3 months because they also know how much time they had to spend to learn English. And in today's era, many mobile applications are also available in which it is talked about teaching this language. But I believe that even those who are completely dependent on mobile application will not get succeed anyhow. And there are many such things behind which the youth are mad. And I make every effort to save the youth from these things. And in the initial phase, people are not ready to accept my words. But after such times, they realize that the things I told are true. And youth should support such teachers to learn who are capable for teaching. Otherwise, nowadays, such teachers are teaching in the pursuit of money because it becomes completely a business and everybody want to teach everywhere. Their purpose is only for earning money. Even they are
Okay.
not eligible, they are unable to teach. If I talk about my personal view in my personal areas, then sir, a lot of teachers are doing job as a teacher, but they are unable. Yeah,
Mhm.
that is true. I am telling. And the teacher who find it difficult to teach, I openly tell the youth that if the youth want to learn this language, then they should ask their teachers to talk in English only. Otherwise, if the teachers uses any language other than English in the classroom in front of the youth, then the youth will not be able to get good observation. Because sir,
Okay.
without observation, nothing is possible. Because sir, I have a little experience. I'm not saying that I know everything because I'm also in process of learning. Doesn't matter, and the whole life I have to learn. But sir, it's my personal experience, and I feel that observation is main thing. Without observation, nothing is possible to learn. Not only talking about English, but anything in the life. If you want to learn anything, then we need observation.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Okay. Okay. And then, since you are talking about teachers, then so this is directly connected to the education system, right? Okay. So I would like to know something about the education system in Bihar, and so how much importance is given to this language?
Okay. Then, sir, if you ask education system in Bihar, then from my point of view, it's quite good in Bihar. And I have experience from my childhood till date because I have never studied outside Bihar. And some propaganda is also run to defend Bihar in this most of the medias people have support. And if you talk about government schools in Bihar or government teachers, maximum number of teachers have been recruited under the Shiksha Mit campaign, on whom it is alleged mm, that teacher is not much educated, and this mistake is not only those. This mistake is not only those teachers, but of those intellectuals who took bribes and got the exams such the teachers passed. To some extent, Bihar has seen a decline in the matter of education, and as children are told this in early stage that they are going to eat khichdi in government school. And in this way, the attention of children is less on studies and more on khichdi because the food items provided by the government of Bihar are very bad quality and very poor quality, which directly affect the mind of the children. And there is no role of teachers in such mistakes because the teacher do the same work which the government is asking them to do, and this speaks to a large extent. The media also accuse the faculty members that they have done job by giving bribe, and in the case of bribery, finger is pointed only at the people of weaker sex, while the bribe taker is also guilty. But there is no criticism against him. It would have happened because the bribe taker is not a farmer, extracurricular, or any laborer, but big officials. Big officials have in carrying out bribery. If a less education person becomes a teacher by giving bribe in government school, it is also clear that there will be a big official who takes the bribe because sir, by making distance from government schools, people think that their children will achieve great success. Their children, people thinks that if their children get success by studying in a private coaching or schools, which is absolutely wrong. I don't think like this, and I don't think so. And if media is exposing government school and the government school teachers, then media people should take their camera and visit private schools also because most of the same people work as a teacher who do not get jobs anywhere because I have visited many private schools, and it has been found that the teachers teach in it and themselves have studied up to matric to intermediate, and they have not qualified any exam. They don't have qualified any exams like competition or never gave any interview. Whereas the teacher of government school are well educated. The teachers come after training and teach in the government school. And in the education system in Bihar, uh, I have some problem then only with those people who do the work for defending the government school of Bihar and government teacher of Bihar. Because sir, I also studied in government school and I'm full satisfied with my teacher. And I have no complaint with my teachers. If anyone speaks against the government school, then I'll definitely speak against of the private school. And I have always been in support of government teachers and government school. And I feel very happy. And in the matter of education system in Bihar, I'm only complaining to the media only ask questions to faculty member of government school. The media are supposed to also visit private school and questions the teachers there. When the fact will not come out, people are not aware of the truth, and the children will continue to be deceived. And this is what I tell the people of my society to send their children and support to the government school and government teachers because the attitude of people has become such that they have begun hating government school while they are supposed to be aware of the fact because government school teachers have got job by passing the competition and private school teachers have never sat in any exams. And talking about government college of Bihar, there are well educated professors in those colleges, which I always respect because I have learned a lot from the government teachers of Bihar, and some people who point fingers at the education system of Bihar and oppose the schools. And it is said that government faculty members are less educated. I would like to say to them that the students of government colleges of Bihar have the capability to crack UPSC. And I'm never against the education of Bihar, and I respect those all faculty who teach in government school and colleges. And so, and secondly, you asked concerning the importance of English in the syllabus. And so I would speak uh, according to my experience. I don't have much experience, but I have a little experience because I'm doing job for not a long time, but recently I've started. And my experience, because I have also a little experience in this matter, that people who study in Hindi medium also possess good knowledge, and who they have not studied in English at all. Their success are also very high. But if Hindi medium is kept as compared to English language or English medium, then uh, English medium candidates, English medium aspirants are more successful because there is no guarantee of government job nowadays. So most of the aspirants turn their attention towards private jobs and paying more attention. And private companies, private job mostly hire people with English medium. And today's era, people who know English get a lot of job opportunities. And now the system of work from home has also come. So people are getting help to great extent. From the point of view of our business, the importance of English is in the syllabus is more than expected, and I think that it is important and it should be compulsory. And sir, if I talk about Bihar board, then sir, English is not compulsory in Bihar board, but sir, some students goes to give the examination in Air Force, Navy. Then central government demand like 50% above in English, but Bihar government is only doing like this, which is very bad, and it should not be happened in Bihar, and it should be mandatory mandatory. It should be mandatory English
Okay.
in every state policy. Yes, sir.
Okay. And so there's some of the drawbacks. And
Yes, sir.
and so do you have any suggestions? So how to rectify these drawbacks?
Yes, sir.